Good afternoon, Pastor Rob here. I thought since my congregation can't really get together, I'm going to try to post a video every day on our ministry channel here to try to encourage you all during these trying times. The Bible has a lot to say about fear and not being afraid and not being terrified when situations like this happen. So I'm just going to pick one out here from Isaiah chapter 35 verse 4. It says, Say to those who are fearful-hearted, be strong and do not fear. We don't need to be afraid and panic when things like this happen in life. We can remain calm and hope in God and know that everything passes. Yes, this is trying, being stuck in the house every day and not really being able to get out and do what we want to do or go where we want to go. But hey, we still can go outside and go for a walk. We can still go outside and get some fresh air, take our dogs for a walk, take your cat for a walk. I don't know, can you do that? Is that a thing? But it's not time to look inwardly and be afraid and terrified at all the things that might happen in life. Because no matter what happens in life, can only control how we react to it. I think Darren Hardy said it and Brandon Burchard said it both their own ways, but 98% of everything that happens is our reaction to it. Meaning we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. We can choose to be fearful, afraid, and terrified all the time and see fear around every corner and see terror and horror around every bend. Or we can know that there is going to be an end to the circumstance. We can make the most of this time. We can choose to be strong and be courageous and assess the situation. What I mean is, you can sit around and pity yourself and complain that I have too much time and not enough to do. I'm sick of being trapped at home. Or you could take this time to do some personal development. I have a book that I'm reading by Brandon Burchard. It's called High Performance Habits. And it's a really good book, and I highly recommend it. I'll be right back. Here we go. I should have had it with me. It's called High Performance Habits. Highly recommend it. No, I'm not sponsored by Brandon Burchard. Hey, if he wants to, I wouldn't complain. Just kidding. But you could take this time to use personal development. Read the Word. Soak yourself in God's Word and what He has to say about circumstances and times and seasons like this, instead of being fearful and afraid and terrified. Besides, all being negative is going to do is make you angry and negative and more likely to get sick. If you stay positive and look at this time and use this time wisely, you can propel yourself forward. And the truth is, like I said, use this time for personal development. Use this time to read the Word, to pray, to video chat with people that you haven't talked to in a long time. Anything to stay positive. God doesn't want us to live in fear and be in terror and constantly afraid of everything coming around the corner. Yes, perilous times come. Hard times come. That happens every day. That's nothing new. Yes, this seems new and terrifying because we've never reached this level of disease control before. Every other time we've heard the words epidemic or pandemic rolled around, it was always in Africa or China or Asia or some other country. It's never really hit home before. We've never taken these measures before. I know we never have here in Pennsylvania. Maybe in 79 with the 3 Mile Island incident. I was like 2 months old, so I don't know. But by and large, we're not used to this kind of thing. So yes, it seems new. It seems scary. It seems terrifying. And it can sound apocalyptic, but it's really not. Diseases come and diseases go. This is nothing new. We've dealt with disease since the fall of mankind. And we've always gotten through it, and we will get through this. It's a matter of how you choose to react to it. Do you choose to be positive, seek God's face, read His Word, do personal development, do some at-home workouts? Take some time. Hey, this is a great time to plan your plans for the year if you haven't got around to it. What are your goals for the year? What do you want to accomplish for the rest of this year? What steps have you taken to make those dreams come true? Now's a great time to write out a roadmap, make a vision board, or whatever you want to do that helps you prepare for the future. Think about where you want to live in the future. If you're in an apartment, do you want to stay in an apartment? Or do you want to buy a house? Or do you think of maybe moving to a different city or a different state or whatever? Take this time to plan out what you want to do with the rest of the year, the rest of your life. Look at this as a gift. We've got all this extra time now to devote to bettering ourselves. Because if you stop learning, you're probably on your way to being dead, or very least obsolete. Because the only time you've ever learned everything there is to learn, or only time you've learned everything you can learn is when you're dead. Because dead people can't learn anything new. They're dead. And we should always be striving to do personal development anyways. So I challenge you, take this time to do some personal development. Work on some self-improvement. Heck, watch style videos and think, okay, how do I want to work on my appearance more? How do I want to learn to be more confident? How do I want to learn to be more concise when I speak? There are lots of great organizations out there you can research. I'm part of Toastmasters. They are the ones helping me learn to have a point when I talk and to be more confident and specific when I talk. Am I still a work in progress? Absolutely. But I have come leaps and bounds just by using that organization. And that helped me. Maybe it helped you. But at the very least on YouTube here, there's a lot of different channels that'll help you with style, working out, fashion, how to be more charismatic, whatever. Don't waste this time feeling sorry for yourself and panicking about every little thing. Do yourself a favor. Turn the news off. Watch it once or twice a day, your local news that just says what the facts are. I personally like BBC News simply because, for whatever reason, the British news seems to be more concise. Just matter of fact, this is what's going on. If your local news does the same thing, watch them. But turn off the network news, turn off the news apps. All they want to do is sell and grab your attention and put fear and fear and fear and fear. Information is good. But remember, knowledge may be power, but it's how you apply it. It's the wisdom behind the knowledge that's true power. Not all knowledge is good. If it's all full of opinion and speculation and hearsay, those aren't facts. You don't want to put your hope in speculation and hearsay. That's what causes fear. It's okay to watch your local news. Go to BBC or whatever you want and get the facts. See what's going on. But then turn it off. Turn it off and focus on your family. Focus on your friends. You know, if you have a roommate, play a board game. Challenge each other. Whatever. You know, society's been much too busy lately, working themselves to death. And yes, you could spend this time wringing your hands, wondering how you're going to pay your bills or whatever. Or you could say, hey, family time. We got time to focus on our family that we haven't had a chance to do in years. And then play some board games with them. Go for a walk with them. Go for a bike ride. If you're in a state or an area that isn't in total lockdown where you have to stay home and be home by a certain time, but are just social distancing like we are in PA, you can still go for a bike ride. You can get in the family car and go to the woods and go for a hike. Just remember to keep distance between yourself and strangers so that you don't pick up whatever virus going around. I mean, from what I'm told, it's the same as the flu, so just use the same flu precautions. If you are locked down at home, hey, there's family time. Don't just use YouTube just to endlessly drone the time away. Use it as a teaching tool. Go online, seek out videos that are teaching that'll help you better yourself, like I said before. Take this time and use it to your advantage. Use it to rebuild family relationships that may have been suffering. Spend time with your kids. Do personal development. Whatever it is, carpe diem. Carpe diem. There we go. Seize the day. Make the most of every single time. Every single moment. Don't waste it complaining and whining and being negative. That's not going to help. Use this time positively in a positive way. Use this time to work on the weaknesses that you see in yourself that you want to do away with or become stronger at. So if you have trouble being charismatic, look up videos on charisma. There's always those advantages. I could put some links down below to some people I recommend as far as charisma and working out and fashion, that kind of thing. If you want to check them out, I'll put their links down below in the description to help you out. But I challenge you, check out Brendan's book, High Performance Habits, The Slight Edge. There's a whole bunch of them out there that are very good. Motivation Manifesto is another one, going by Brendan Bouchard, that I highly recommend. But use this time, like I said, and I'm going to end this because I don't want to go on forever, but use this time to work on personal development. Spend time in prayer and praying for your friends and your family, and plan out your future steps. What are your goals for the rest of the year, and how do you plan on reaching them? Make a vision board if you want, but use this time wisely and positively. Spend it with your family. If you're married, spend time with your loved ones. Spend time with your kids. Play board games, but keep it positive. Keep the news off as much as possible. Do only enough to keep what's going on, get updates, and then turn it off. Remember, you can't control what happens to you, but you can and must control your response to it. Don't live in fear. Be strong and be courageous. Know that the Lord your God is with you, and that this too shall pass. There is nothing that endures forever except the Lord God Almighty and his wondrous grace, for his mercy endures forever to countless generations. And those who trust the Lord will find refuge in him. And those of you who don't know the Lord yet, know that you can and will get through this, and that this will pass. It seems scary now, but it's not going to be that bad. Use this time wisely, folks, and may God be with you. Grace and peace to you all.